2 months ago, I decided to amp up my life with this whole, YouTube thing. Don't ever call me a YouTuber or content creator. Oh, that's... Anyways, after years of posting inconsistently, I decided that I needed to get my shit together and I needed to not let anyone know about it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Imani. If you're new here, what the fuck are you doing here? No, sorry. I'm going to be talking about why you should stop telling people your secret. Pretty standard, but some people need to hear it. Have you ever felt really passionate about something and then you go tell someone the way that they've received it and their response to it give you this weird look, and then you feel that excitement about it wears down?
Fuck you, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. I'll knock the fuck out you. Damn, man. Hey.
You felt shit about yourself, shit about that idea. For this reason, and this reason only, don't be quick to share your secrets, your plans, and your thought processes. People don't understand, and to have people weigh in on what you should be doing, it can get quite loud. People do not understand your journey. At the end of the day, people attach themselves to who you either used to be or who they're used to seeing. So when you're in that space where you're growing as a person, you create this uncomfortable kind of atmosphere because the people that have become accustomed to you are not used to the person that you're becoming. So in saying that, they don't understand your motivations, your drives, your hopes and your dreams, and sometimes they can deter you from your path just because they're feeling uncomfortable with it. You waste a lot of time trying to prove yourself to the people around you instead of just keeping things to yourself until you can one day embody it and prove it to the world. When people listen to this, people will place their opinion, their insecurities into it, their negativity. When it's yours, it's yours. It's no one else's. And you can cultivate that and you can protect it in a sacred way. This brings me to the whole point that at the end of the day, unpredictability is an asset. I don't know, you can call it psychology or whatever, but you become instantly more interesting when no one knows anything about you. When you can walk into a room and people can't quite grasp or quite pinpoint who you are, what you are, and what you stand for. Some people on social media, I know just about everything about their lives. I know their cousins, I know their parents, and social media gives rise to that. You can see it in metrics. Snapchat, for example, you can see people's location. Even on Instagram, you can see tagged photos, you can see who people associate with. Life is like a pendulum. In this day and age, we are overstimulated and everyone wants to be vulnerable and real online, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But if you can understand psychology at its core, when you do too much of one thing, you have to swing on to the other side of the pendulum. And right now, everyone is sharing so much of their lives online. Everyone's being real, which is ironic to me, but that's a whole nother story. And when you cry in front of the camera, which I think is kind of hilarious. But you have to giggle a little bit. But when you share, you become very predictable. People start to gauge your weak spots, your strengths, your insecurities. When you become too predictable, you become less interesting to people. At the end of the day, people love things that are interesting. People love drama, people love stories, people love to gossip. So what is our goal in life to be? Be something someone will always talk about. Just learn when to share and when not to share. Make sure that they never know your next move. Hey, I think you should subscribe to my channel. When people know your next move, when they know your thought processes, they can gauge what you'll do next. When you overshare and tell people your secrets, you're giving them a ticket to how to bring you down.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
What you decide to share and how much you decide to share of it takes away one of the biggest luxuries, and that is privacy. This day and age, people are the least private they've ever been. Like, I can remember, I was born in 2000, so I'm 23. I grew up in a nice sweet spot between, technology and having no technology. And I remember when all you had to do as a kid was just worry about going to school, and I didn't have to worry about someone in freaking Europe going on their trip. I didn't even know what Europe was. I don't know about the world outside of my own. And I guess in some ways technology has helped us gain awareness and insight, but at the same time, why the fuck do I need to know about Europe?
Because Lady Gaga, she's the creative director of Polaroid. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras?
I think the point that I'm trying to make here is that half the time we're exposed to lives that we have no business even being exposed to. The amount of times I've seen the most randomest shit on the internet and I've just gone down rabbit holes looking at all these life stories. It's just not or any use to me specifically. And I think when you can learn to protect your privacy wasn't a luxury, 10, 15 years ago. It was a given. It was something that was expected. Now you have to fight for privacy. But I think if we can learn to just live a little bit more simply, learn to not share everything that we're feeling, not sharing our hardships, not even sharing our accomplishments, but keeping life really simple. At the end of the day, everyone is finding new ways to show off their new relationship, to show off their car, to show off their highlight reels, and in that, be someone who's disgustingly private. This point here. Curated authenticity. So you see like those Instagram pictures online where it's just real versus fake, or when they're talking about poses, they're real versus posed.
Oh Lord. Again.
I've always found that really ironic because in the pursuit on trying to live authentically, you're still doing the exact same thing. I thought it was common sense that you don't always look freaking ripped all the time.
Dude! What the fuck?
Exaggerating that you have a gut forward in your posture, it just proves the point more that you have to exaggerate something just to prove a point. Just because everyone's not ripped all the time doesn't mean they're also like this with their bellies hanging out all the time either. It's two parts. The audience should have common sense that you're not always ripped, and the people who are trying to prove this point shouldn't exaggerate it either. It's that in the pursuit of trying to be authentic, you look exactly like the people who are faking it. When you do an exaggerated body pose, you're trying to bring awareness so that people can understand that you can stage a pose versus you can be in a natural state. You're staging that staged pose. Do you get what I'm saying? But anyone with a brain can understand that you're not always going to look ripped all the time. So as nice as I can be, if you really believe that people don't have textured skin or people are always ripped, well, you are living on a different planet. That's all I must say. Sometimes to prove the point, just to not give it the time of day. People in their natural states are the ugliest motherfuckers ever. Half the time, the other night, I was studying, and I literally was like that. No cap. No, literally like this. Like this. So people in their natural states are they're not attractive at all. And this whole idea of real versus fake to help bring awareness, it's well, yeah, nada. Especially the ones where it's just skin versus textured skin. It's anyone who believes that your skin's meant to look soft, they're an idiot. And yes, I know it's about bringing awareness to children and making sure that they understand beauty standards, but it's the premise of this video is not to tell you not to share. Everything in bouts, everything in moderation is everything good. It's fine to share your life with the world. At the end of the day, life is a lot more manageable when you control how much and what you decide to share into the world. A lot of people can get wrapped up in thinking that the world actually cares about you. No one cares about you, not one bit. Everyone cares about themselves. Everyone is the main character in their own story. So when you can learn, at least pick and choose when to share, then everything is ultimately within your control. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. As you can see, it's gotten very dark, so I had to turn the lights on. But if you've liked my video, make sure you give it a like and a comment. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And also, here's a link up here to a video you can watch. And yeah, check out my Insta. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye. And you can go convince yourself that loving me was your worst mistake. And I can go and paint a picture and come up with every reason why I should have stayed. And you can go and run through life and telling yourself that what you felt wasn't worth the pain and worth us. But I hope that you meet the sun with a newfound hope that you find a love that prevails all those bitter days, and forget the time when we were young and afraid of how I told you I loved you. Tears falling from my face 'cause I'm broken, my heart's up in flames when the noise in me die out.